the cleanest boots on, the shiniest buckles, the most fitted hat, the pressed suit, I'm gonna be looking fly. So let me ask you something. How secure are you as a man? I want you to think about that. How secure are you as a man? Because in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to be secure as a man, regardless of where you're at, where you're from, your past. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm going to talk to you about how to be secure as a man so you can be respected by your woman, so you can feel like you are a man. Now, it's very important to be secure in yourself as a man because that allows you to do so many things in life. When you're not secure in yourself as a man, you start to look at things differently. Maybe you're afraid to do this. You're afraid to do that. You're afraid to date women. You're afraid to tell women what you think and what's on your mind because you're insecure about who you are. You don't have that self-confidence. You don't have that self-esteem because of that insecurity. But let me tell you something. It doesn't matter what your insecurity is. You know why? Because there's always going to be a woman that is going to accept you for you. The moment that you try to change who you are, or the moment that you try to be somebody you're not, you're always going to attract the wrong type of woman into your life and your relationship. So what does that mean? The reason why you're so insecure and the reason why you have low self-esteem is because you let society tell you and dictate who you are. Everywhere you look, it's toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity this, toxic masculinity that. Bullshit. There is no toxic masculinity. Once you start believing into the narrative that there's toxic masculinity, or you shouldn't be macho, or this is too masculine, or men are this and that, the moment you start feeding into a narrative that's outside of you by women or some men that don't understand men is the moment that you start to lose your identity, because you are the one who decides what it means for you to be a man. You are the one that should be proud of who you are, regardless of how tall or short or fat or skinny you are. You should be proud of who you are, man. And I want you to think about something. If you're afraid to be who you are, then who are you going to become? If you're afraid to be who you are, then who are you going to become? Because you can't fake or be a second version of somebody else. You can only be yourself. And I want you to think about this. Think about all the people that you know. Maybe you've seen them online. Maybe you've seen them in person. But I want you to think about all the people you know that to you, they're like, oh, she's unattractive. Why is he with her? Or guys that are unattractive, like, that dude's ugly. Why is she with him? There's always somebody for everybody. There's going to be a woman that likes you for who you are. But not to talk or make it about women, it's about you. You made it through millions of sperm cells to be here today. That was you. You could have not been here today, but you're actually here. And you want to sit back and complain because you're afraid to be yourself. You're insecure. Nobody's going to like me. Nobody's going to accept me for who I am. Why the fuck do you care about everything and everybody on the outside world? It's you. You have to care about yourself. When I was growing up, I remember hearing this, and it wasn't directed to me. It was directed to other people. And I always hear people say, oh, I love you, or I love her, or this and that. And I always heard the person say, how you going to love somebody else if you don't even love yourself? So how can you give a fuck about what somebody else thinks about you when you don't even care about yourself? You don't even think about yourself enough to care who you are. You're trying to be somebody different, somebody you're not. You have to be yourself. And once you have pride in who you are, because it's only one of you. I can't be you. You can't be me. But once you start having pride in who you are, and you realize that I'm the only version of me, let me just be myself. Let me just be happy enough that I'm here. Because there's a lot of men that would die to be in your shoes. There's men that are 6 feet under right now that would do anything to have one day alive again. They wouldn't care how they looked. They wouldn't care how tall or short they were. They would just be happy and grateful to be alive. But you want to sit back and complain. That's so ungrateful. That's it's disrespectful to yourself and your lineage that you would even think that. I want you to think about that. And I say that because when you have a low level of self-esteem and you don't care about yourself and you're insecure, you're worried about these other people, you're worried about men, you're worried about women. When you do that, you're always going to be at the mercy of everybody else. You're always going to be at the mercy of things outside of you. You no longer have control. You no longer have power. You're just less than. And that's based on you, your own thoughts. Your brain is determining how you feel about yourself and how you feel about the outside world. So stop. First thing you need to do is really get to know yourself and understand there's only one version of you. I don't care how you look. I don't care about it. It's irrelevant because it's only one version of you. Nobody can be you. You can't be anybody else. No matter how hard you try, your DNA strand is unique to you. Your fingerprints are unique to you. So get that through your mind. Understand that. You can't be anybody else and nobody can be you. That's a fact. Start getting to know yourself. Start getting to know who you are. What do you like? What do you dislike? Start to be more aware of your thoughts. Become more conscious of things that you think about. But start to appreciate it. Maybe you like something that most people don't. Appreciate that. That makes you unique and makes you different. That's who you are. And stop being so hard on yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself thinking that you have to be a certain way for people to like you, for women to do this and that. That's not completely true. You have to be yourself. And I'm going to put a little joke in there because, I don't want to make this too serious. But think about this, man. Do you think a midget gives a fuck about how short he is? It's just like the Leprechaun. I know you've seen the Leprechaun movie.
Is that me gold?
What the hell are you?
I'm a leprechaun, me dear.
Here, this is what you're looking for, right?
Me powers are returning.
I'm pretty sure friends, family probably joke like, "Oh, they got you in a Leprechaun movie, ha ha ha." But I would, if I was a Leprechaun, I would give a fuck how short I am. I'm gonna have the cleanest boots on, the shiniest buckles, the most fitted hat, the press suit. I'm gonna be looking fly. That's the mentality that you have to have regardless of how you look or who you are. You have to have that mentality because a woman somewhere is going to like you for you. If it's about women, if you're insecure because you want a woman to like you, be yourself. Be yourself. And if it's about people accepting you, why do you need their acceptance in the first place? You don't need anybody's acceptance except for your own, because at the end of the day, it's only one you. You have to change your mindset and your mentality. You have to. And I'm not going to go deep in this video. However, once you really know yourself and you really understand why you should never, ever, ever live at the mercy of people or things outside of you. You'll have so much power to where those people will wonder, where does all your confidence come from? Why do you have high self-esteem? You're short, but you have all this confidence. You're ugly, but you have all this confidence. You know, I'm telling you, you have to have that. You have to have that mindset. If you want to make it in this world, whether it's dating, life, relationships, you have to have a certain level of confidence, and that comes from within. A lot of people say confidence comes from without. Confidence comes outside of you. Once you do something, you build the skill and you feel confident about yourself that you can do it. Fuck that. That's out. That's external. That can always, you could lose your fingers and not be able to build a house anymore. Maybe you're the best plumber, construction worker, the best engineer, and you're confident because you have the ability to do it, but you lose your fingers or your hand, you can't do it anymore. Where does the confidence go? You can't do it anymore. So your confidence and your self-esteem, it comes from within. I'm telling you, it comes from within. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. And once you understand that, and once you realize that's the secret to life and the secret to having that courage and that confidence and that self-esteem, nothing can stop you. But if you're listening to people that don't know who the fuck they are, if you listen to people that are afraid and the blind leading the blind, and people that have ulterior motives, you're always going to be in a place of low self-esteem. You're going to be very insecure. If you listen to what women tell you, I don't give a fuck what they tell you. If you listen to what women tell you and you start to believe that, and you watch, you're on social media, women that bash men, women that talk about men that are this and that, that's going to mess with you. And the funny thing is, I always thought this was interesting. I think it's interesting when certain men, they are so afraid and so worried about what people say about men in general, and that person or those people don't know you personally. It boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. But I just want you to just have some confidence, man. Be secure in who you are. It doesn't matter. See the value and the beauty in who you are, regardless. It's there. You have to see it. You it may be covered up because of the lies that you told yourself, all of the stories, all of the bullshit, things that you heard other people. It may be all covered up. But I'm telling you, it's there. You just have to look for it. And once you find it, you're going to think back to this video, or you're going to watch this video again and say, you know what? Saul was actually right. Holy shit. This is what he was talking about. You're going to have that aha and that epiphany moment. And once you do, come back to this video and let me know. But I made this video for you because I know that not every guy that I talk to has a high level of self-esteem. Not every guy I talk to is very confident or secure in himself. So I made this video for you, specifically for you. You're watching this right now. Your self-esteem a little low, your confidence a little low, and maybe you're a little insecure. This video is for you. Fuck that shit. Be secure, be confident, have a high level of self-esteem. It's only one you. Remember that. Make sure you go ahead and you subscribe if you like the video. Give it a thumbs up, share it, watch it over and over, and listen to what I'm telling you. Like really listen to what I'm saying. Don't listen to it for entertainment. Really listen to what I'm saying, and you will get that aha moment. Whether it's tomorrow, whether it's next week, or a few months, you listen to this and you will get exactly what I'm saying.